Unit 5 Human Physiology Reductionist approach to study of life form resulted in increasing use of physiochemical concept and techniques. Alfonso Corti, Italian anatomist. Corti began his scientific career studying the cardiovascular system of reptiles. Basilar membrane of the cochlea containing hair cells that convert sound vibration into nerve impulses, the organ of Corti. Chapter 16 Digestion and Absorption. Food is one of the basic requirements of all living organisms. The major components of our food are carbohydrates, proteins, and fat. Vitamins and minerals are also required in small quantities. The process of conversion of complex food substances to simple absorbable form is the digestion and is carried out by our digestive system by mechanical and biochemical method. Topic 16.1 Digestive system. Human digestive system consists of the alimentary canal and the associated glands. Topic 16.1.1 Alimentary canal. Alimentary canal begins with an interior opening the mouth and it opens out posteriorly through the anus. The mouth leads to the buccal cavity or oral cavity. The oral cavity has a number of teeth and a muscular tongue. Each tooth is embedded in a socket of jawbone. Figure 16.2. This type of attachment is called thecodont. Majority of mammals, including human beings, form two sets of teeth during their life. A set of temporary milk or deciduous teeth replaced by a set of permanent or adult teeth. This type of dentition is called diphyodont. An adult human has 32 permanent teeth which are of 4 different types heterodonts dentition, namely incisor, canine, premolar and molar. Arrangement of teeth in each half of the upper and lower jaw in the order ICPM and M is represented by a dental formula which is human 21 21 2123 divided by 2123. The hard chewing surface of teeth made of enamel helps in the mastication of food. The tongue is a freely movable muscular organ attached to the floor of the oral cavity by the frenulum. The upper surface of the tongue has a small projection called papillae, some of which bear taste buds. The oral cavity leads into a short pharynx which serves as a common passage for food and air. The esophagus and the trachea windpipe open into the pharynx. The cartilaginous flap called epiglottis present the entry of food into the glottis. Opening of the windpipe during swelling the esophagus is a thin, long tube which extends posteriorly, passing through the neck, thorax, and diaphragm, and leads to a J-shaped bag-like structure called stomach. A muscular sphincter, gastroesophageal, regulates the opening of esophagus into the stomach, located in the upper left portion of the abdominal cavity. Has 4 major parts: cardiac portion into which the esophagus opens, a fundic region, body main central region, and a pyloric portion which opens into the first part of small intestine. Figure 16.3. Small intestine is distinguishable into 3 regions: a C-shaped duodenum, a long coiled middle portion jejunum, and a highly coiled ileum. The opening of the stomach into the duodenum is guarded by the pyloric sphincter. Ileum opens into the large intestine. It consists of cecum, colon, and rectum. Cecum is a small blind sac which hosts some symbiotic microorganisms. A narrow finger-like tubular projection, the vermiform appendix, which is a vestigial organ, arises from the cecum. The cecum opens into the colon. The colon is divided into 4 parts: an ascending, transverse, descending parts, and a sigmoid colon. The descending parts opens into the rectum, which opens out through the anus. The wall of alimentary canal from esophagus to rectum possesses 4 layers. Figure 16.4, namely serosa, muscularis, submucosa, and mucosa. Serosa is the outermost layer and is made of a thin mesothelium epithelium of vascular organs with some connective tissue. Muscularis is formed by smooth muscles usually arranged into inner circular and an outer longitudinal layer. An oblique muscles layer may be present in some regions. The submucosal layer is formed of loose connective tissue containing nerves, blood, and lymph vessels in duodenum. Glands are also present in submucosa. The innermost layer lining the lumen of the alimentary canal is the mucosa. This layer forms irregular folds rugae in the stomach and small finger-like folding called villi in the small intestine. Figure 16.5. The cells lining the villi produce numerous microscopic projections called microvilli, giving a brush border appearance. These modifications increase the surface area enormously. Villi are supplied with a network of capillaries and a large lymph vessels called lacteals. Mucosal epithelium has goblet cells which secrete mucus that help in lubrication. Mucosa also form glands in the stomach, gastric glands, and crypts in between the bases of villi in the intestine. Crypts of Leverkusen are the 4 layers show modification in different parts of the alimentary canal. Topic 16.1.2 Digestive gland. The digestive glands associated with the alimentary canal include the salivary gland and the liver and pancreas. Saliva is mainly produced by 3 pairs of salivary glands: the parotid cheek, the submaxillary and submandibular lower jaw, and the sublingual below the tongue. These glands, situated just outside the buccal cavity, secrete salivary juice into the buccal cavity. Liver is the largest gland of the body, weighing about 1.2 to 1.5 kg in an adult human. It is situated in the abdominal cavity just below the diaphragm and has 2 lobes. The hepatic lobule are the structural and functional unit of liver, containing hepatic cells arranged in the form of cords. Each lobule is covered by a thin connective tissue sheath called the Gleason's capsule. The bile secreted by the hepatic cells passes through the hepatic duct and is stored and concentrated in a thin muscular sac called the gallbladder. The duct of gallbladder, cystic duct, along with the hepatic duct from the liver from the common bile duct. Figure 16.6. The bile duct and the pancreatic duct open together into the duodenum as the common hepatopancreatic duct, which is guarded by a sphincter called sphincter of Oddi. The pancreas is a compound, both exocrine and endocrine, elongated organ situated between the limbs of the C-shaped duodenum. The exocrine portion secretes an alkaline pancreatic juice containing enzyme, and the endocrine portion secretes hormones, insulin and glucagon. Topic 16.2 Digestion of food. The process of digestion is accomplished by mechanical and chemical process. The buccal cavity performs two major functions: mastication of food and facilitation of swallowing. The teeth and the tongue, with the help of saliva, masticate and mix up the food thoroughly. Mucus is saliva helps in lubricating and adhering the masticated food particles into a bolus. The bolus is then conveyed into the pharynx and then into the esophagus by swelling or deglutition. The bolus further passes down through the esophagus by successive waves of muscular contraction called peristalsis. The gastroesophageal sphincter controls the passage of food into the stomach. The saliva secreted into the oral cavity contains electrolytes, sodium and potassium and calcium and hydrochloride and enzymes, salivary amylase and lysozyme. The chemical process of digestion of initiated in the oral cavity by the hydrolytic action of the carbohydrate splitting enzymes. The salivary amylase, about 30% of starch, is hydrolyzed here by this enzyme. Optimum pH 6.8 into disaccharides. Maltose. Lysozyme present in saliva act as an antibacterial agent that prevent infections. Starch, salivary amylase pH 6.8 is converted into maltose. The mucosa of stomach has gastric glands. Gastric glands have three major types of cells, namely mucus neck cells which secrete mucus, peptic or cheap cells which secrete the proenzymes pepsinogen, and parietal or oxyntic cells which secrete HCl, an intrinsic factor essential for absorption of vitamin B12. The stomach stores the food for 4 to 5 hours. The food mixed thoroughly with the acidic gastric juice of the stomach by the churning movement of its muscular wall and is called chyme. The proenzyme pepsinogen, on exposure of hydrochloric acid, get converted into the active enzyme pepsin. The proteolytic enzyme of stomach pepsin convert proteins into proteases and peptones peptides. The mucus and bicarbonates present in the gastric juice play an important role in lubrication and protection of the mucosal epithelium from excoriation by the highly concentrated hydrochloric acid. HCl provides the acidic pH 1.8 optimal for pepsin. Renin is a proteolytic enzyme found in gastric juice of infant which help in the digestion of milk protein. Small amounts of lipases are also secreted by gastric glands. Various types of movement are generated by the muscularis layer of the small intestine. The movement help in the through mixing up of the food with various secretion in the intestine and thereby facilitate digestion. The bile, pancreatic juice and the intestinal juice are the secretion released into the small intestine. Pancreatic juice and bile are released through the hepatopancreatic duct. The pancreatic juice contains inactive enzymes trypsinogen, chymotrypsinogen, procarboxypeptidase, amylase, lipase and nucleases. Trypsinogen is activated by an enzyme enterokinase secreted by the intestinal mucosa into active trypsin, which in turn active the other enzymes in the pancreatic juice. The bile released into the duodenum contains bile pigment, bilirubin and biliverdin, bile salts, cholesterol and the phospholipid but no enzyme. Bile helps in emulsification of fat, example breaking down of the fat into very small micelles while also activate lipases. The intestinal mucosal epithelium has goblet cells which secrete mucus. The secretion of the brush border cells of the mucosa along with the secretion of the goblet cells constitute the intestinal juice or succus entericus. This juice contains a variety of enzymes like disaccharides, maltase, dipeptidase, lipase, nucleosidase, etc. Mucus along with the bicarbonates from the pancreas protect the intestinal mucosa from acid as well as provide an alkaline medium pH 7.8 from enzymatic activities. Some mucosal glands, Brunner glands, also help in this. Protein, proteases and peptones, partially hydrolyzed protein in the chyme reaching the intestine are acted upon by the proteolytic enzyme of pancreatic juice are given below. Protein, peptones, proteases in the presence of trypsin, chymotrypsin carboxypeptidase is converted into dipeptidase. Carbohydrate in the chyme are hydrolyzed by pancreatic amylase into disaccharide. Polysaccharide starts in the presence of amylase converted into disaccharide maltose. Fats are broken down by lipases with the help of bile into di and monoglycerides. Fats lipases convert diglycerides into monoglyceride. Nucleases in the pancreatic juice act on nucleic acid to form nucleotide and nucleosides. Nucleic acid in the presence of nucleases convert into nucleotides into nucleosides. The enzymes in the succus entericus act on the end product of the above reactions to form the respective simple and absorbable forms. These final step in digestion occurs very close to the mucosal epithelium cells of the intestine. Dipeptides in the presence of dipeptidase convert into amino acid. Maltose in the presence of maltase convert glucose and glucose. Lactose in the presence of lactase convert into glucose plus galactose. Sucrose in the presence of enzyme sucrase convert into glucose and fructose. Nucleotides in the presence of nucleotidase convert into nucleosides. In the presence of nucleosidase convert into sugar plus bases. Di and monoglycerides in the presence of lipases convert into fatty acid and glycerol. The breakdown of biomacromolecules mentioned above occur in the duodenum region of the small intestine. The simple substances thus formed are absorbed in the jejunum and ileum region of the small intestine. The undigested and unabsorbed substances are passed on to the large intestine. No significant digestive activity occurs in the large intestine. The function of large intestines are absorption of some water, minerals and certain drugs. Second, secretion of mucus which help in adhering the wastage undigested foods particle together and lubricating it for an easy passage. The undigested, unabsorbed substances called feces enter into the cecum of the large intestine through ileocecal valve, which prevent the backflow of the fecal matter. It is temporarily stored in the rectum till defecation. The activities of the gastrointestinal tract are under neural and hormonal control for proper coordination of different parts. The sight, smell and or the presence of food in the oral cavity can stimulate the secretion of saliva. Gastric and intestinal secretion are also similarly stimulated by neural signals. The muscular activities of different parts of the alimentary canals can also be modulated by neural mechanism. both local and through CNS. The hormonal control of the secretion of digestive juice is carried out by local hormones produced by the gastric and intestinal mucosa. Calorific value of protein, carbohydrate and fat. Carbohydrate protein 1 kilocalorie is the amount of energy required to raise the temperature of 1 kg of water by 1 degree Celsius. Carbohydrate 4.1 kilocalorie per gram. Protein 5.65 kilocalorie per gram. Fat 9.45 kilocalorie per gram. Respectively, physiological value are carbohydrate 4 kilocalorie, protein 4 kilocalorie and fat 9 kilocalorie per gram. Topic 16.3 Absorption of digested products. Absorption is the process by which the end product of digestion pass through the intestinal mucosa into the blood or lymph. It is carried out by passive, active or facilitated transport mechanism. A small amount of monosaccharides like glucose, amino acid and some electrolytes like chloride and are generally absorbed by simple diffusion. The passage of these substances into the blood depend upon the concentration gradients. However, some substances like glucose and amino acid are absorbed with the help of carrier protein. This mechanism is called the facilitated transport of water. Depend upon the osmotic gradient. Active transport occur against the concentration gradient and hence required energy. Various nutrients like amino acid, monosaccharides like glucose, electrolytes like sodium and are absorbed into the blood by this mechanism. Fatty acid and glycerol being insoluble cannot be absorbed into the blood. They are first incorporated into small droplets called micelles which move into the intestinal mucosa. They are reformed into very small protein-coated fat globules called chylomicrons, which are transported into the lymph vessel lacteals in the villi. These lymph vessels ultimately absorb substances into the bloodstream. Absorption of substances takes place in different parts of the alimentary canals like mouth, stomach, small intestine and large intestine. However, maximum absorption occur in the small intestine. Table 16.1 Summary of absorption in different parts of digestive system. Mouth. Certain drugs coming in contact with mucosa of mouth and lower side of the tongue are absorbed into the blood capillaries lining them. Stomach. Absorption of water, simple sugar and alcohol takes place. Small intestine. Principal organ of absorption of nutrients. The digestion of complete here and the final product of digestion such as glucose, fructose, fatty acid, cholesterol and amino acids are absorbed through the mucosa into the blood stream and limbs. Large intestine. Absorption of water, some minerals and drug takes place. The absorbed substance finally reach the tissue which utilize them for their activities. This process is called assimilation. The digestive waste is solidified into coherent feces in the rectum, initiate a neural reflex causing an urge or desire for its removal. The ejection of the feces into the outside through the anus opening defecation is a voluntary process and is carried out by a mass peristalsis movement. Topic 16.4 Disorder of digestive system. The inflammation of the intestinal tract is the most common ailment due to bacterial or viral infections. The infections are also caused by the parasites of the intestine like tapeworm, roundworm, threadworms, hookworms, pinworms, etc. Jaundice. The liver is affected. Skin and eyes turn yellow due to the deposit of bile pigments. Vomiting. It is a ejection of stomach contents through the mouth. This reflex action is controlled by the vomit center in the medulla. A feeling of nausea precedes vomiting. Diarrhea. The abnormal frequency of bowel movement and increased liquidity of the fecal discharge is known as diarrhea. Is reduced the absorption of food. Constipation. In constipation, the feces are retained within the colon as the bowel movement occur irregularly. Indigestion. In this condition, food is not properly digested, leading to a feeling of fullness. The causes of indigestion are inadequate enzymes secretion, anxiety, food poisoning, overeating, and spicy food. PEM. Protein energy malnutrition. Dietary deficiency of protein and total food calorie are widespread into many underdeveloped countries of South and Southwest Asia, South America, and West and Central Africa. Protein malnutrition may affect large sections of the population during drought, famine, and political turmoil. This happened in Bangladesh during the Liberation War and in Ethiopia during the severe drought in mid-80s. PEM affects infant and children to produce marasmus and kwashiorkor. Marasmus is produced by a simultaneous deficiency of protein and calorie. It is found in infant less than a year in age. If mother milk is replaced too early by other food which are poor in both calorie and proteins value, this often happens if the mother has second pregnancy or deficient or children birth when the older infant is still too young. In marasmus, protein deficiency, impaired growth and replacement of tissue protein, extreme emaciation of the body and thinning of limbs results. The skin comes dry, thin and wrinkled. Growth rate and body weight declined considerably. Even growth and development of brain and mental faculties are impaired. Kwashiorkor is produced by protein deficiency and unaccompanied by calorie deficiency. It results from the replacement of mother milk by a high calorie, low protein diet in child more than 1 year in age. Like marasmus, kwashiorkor shows wasting of muscles, thinning of limbs, failure of growth and brain development. But unlike marasmus, some fat is still left under the skin. Moreover, extensive edema and swelling of body parts are seen. Thank you.